Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 120 for September 29th to October 1st and October 7th. Yeah, we've got a bit of a split week next week because we've got Thanksgiving. So we're going to carry this menu forward for an extra day on the Friday. So I hope you love it. It's a really great menu. And why don't we go ahead and get started? A very, very simple menu to do. So we've got this amazing roasted Acorn Creek Farm tomato soup. So put this up on medium-high heat and give it a stir occasionally until it gets nice and warm. You shouldn't have to season it at all. Of course, if you want to add some salt and pepper, that's fine. But the chef should have done the work for you. And then the main course, we're not even using an oven, and we've only got one pan. So medium-high heat. We're going to do 1 tablespoon per person of canola or grapeseed oil. Vegetable oil will also work. And once the pan gets warm, I'm going to go to high just to warm it up so that you're not sitting here looking at me, and then I'll reduce it down. We've got this gorgeous Parisian gnocchi. So very important. Parisian gnocchi is like a choux paste. And so you want to actually keep it in the fridge until you're ready to cook it. Everything else can come to room temperature, but the gnocchi, keep it in the fridge. And we are going to saute it with zucchini. And then a few minutes later, we're going to add the mushrooms. The only thing you need the oven for tonight is actually the dessert. We've got a sticky toffee pudding, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit. So let's see when we know the pan is hot. You throw some water in there. When it starts to really pop, then you know it's ready to go. But in the meantime, let's have some wine. The wine pairing tonight is a really interesting one. This one is a dry Tokai from Hungary. And I will not bastardize the Hungarian language by trying to pronounce the wine, but I believe it's Chateau Meyer. But please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And the grape variety, Harslavelu. Anyway, one of the most important grapes in Hungary. The description: aroma of white flowers, lychee, pear, and a subtle hint of pepper welcome the nose. The palate has grapefruit, white peaches, green apples, and meadow hay. Fresh acidity, and that's what you need with the soup, the tomato soup. I'm a big fan of this one. Okay, this guy should be ready. I'm going to turn it down to medium-high heat now. Let's put the zucchini in first so it takes a little bit of the heat so that the gnocchi does not stick. It's very important to use a big non-stick pan here because you do not want the gnocchi to stick it. And put that all in there. Give it a stir. And it's going to be 3 minutes. I just noticed that my son has unplugged our Google Home, so I'm going to have to time this by ear. Then we've got our lovely Beverly Creek braised lamb. We get the whole animal in and break it down, and then this stuff is great for our gnocchi. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit too much. And you want to keep sauteing this so that it does not stick. And then we're going to add the lamb, mushroom, and shallots right afterwards. Give my soup a little spin here. This thing is going to go so fast. This meal kit video might be the shortest we've ever done. Sticky toffee pudding cake. That's going to go in the oven, 350 degrees for 5 minutes. And again, I'm going to have to time it by feel because my verbal timer is gone. Okay, so I will get ready with the shallots, the mushrooms, and the lamb. And then we also have some butter that we're going to need to add in afterwards. And then the arugula pesto is going to go on top. And I'm going to need a couple spoons for our dessert garnishes as well. So that goes like that. Let me tell you about the red tonight. This goes with our lamb gnocchi. I love this one. It's an organic Côte d'Aron from Domaine de Seminaire. And it's got a nice meaty quality to it. A lot of Côte d'Arons have this. And so obviously going to go great with the lamb, but it's also got little bit of herbaceousness, which is going to really be picked up with the arugula pesto. So keep that in mind. Keep sauteing the gnocchi. Our soup. Let's make sure it's hot. Almost there. I didn't want to warm it up too fast. Okay, so we're past the 3 minutes for the zucchini gnocchi, so we're going to add the lamb, the mushrooms, and the shallots. Give them a good stir per ingredient so they don't all end up in the same place. Our mushrooms, that's a lot of mushrooms. We might scale that back a little bit because we don't want it to be just a mushroom gnocchi because it's lamb gnocchi. I'm really glad I got a big pan here. Now I'm going to get some tongs to break apart the lamb because there's a little bit of fat in there that sort of binds it together. And that will break apart as it warms up as well. Okay. There's a lot of food here. Yeah, we're going to probably send you guys a little less. This is enough for like 4 people. Sometimes they're incredibly generous with the boss. You know what I'm saying? So I might need to add a little bit more butter, but for you guys, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 salt of butter per person should do it. But again, this one's more like for 4, so I'm going to have some leftovers. So I'm going to get some extra butter out there so that my family and I can enjoy this as leftovers tomorrow. Always use unsalted butter because you can judge how much salt you're going to be putting in. And if you got some tongs that work with non-stick pans, as I do right here, and that's good too, especially if your pan is overfilled like mine is. Actually, I'm going to add a little more oil as well, again, because my portion is larger than yours. We don't want it to be dry. Even lost one of the little gnocchi guys. Okay, soup is ready. Turn it off. Make sure to stir it because a little bit of the tomato will separate. All right, let's plate it up. It smells amazing. This is the end of tomato season, end of summer. And we want to say goodbye in a nice way. There's a lot of soup here too. And we're going to garnish it up. Remember, keep stirring this guy because you don't want the gnocchi to stick and break apart. Yes. My stove likes to beep at me. Okay, so we're ready for our butter. Again, 1 tablespoon per person, and I'm cooking for 4. And just mix it all in there. And you don't have to flip it like me. You can use a spoon or something like that. Okay, so now we want lots of fresh basil. You can just pull it off the stem. My wife loves basil more than just about anything, so she's going to be thrilled with this. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat off now because we're down to the last little bit. Continue with the basil ripping. And then we've got these homemade Parmesan and sourdough croutons. And they're going to give it a nice crunch to your soup. Maybe a little extra basil on top on this guy. There we go. So, lovely roasted Acorn Creek Farm soup, tomato soup with the fresh basil and sourdough croutons. Okay, this guy is ready to go. I'll put it in a pasta bowl. I think I'm going to get a big spoon. Wait, did I hit it with salt and pepper? Not yet. I need to do that. Again, you're going to use less salt and pepper than me because this one is for 4. So I'm not going to plate it all because obviously it's going to be way too much. But it looks and smells delicious. Maybe the chefs thought I was entertaining tonight. Maybe that's why they sent me so much. There we go. And our son is actually working tonight, so we're not even going to have to share this with him, but I'm sure he will enjoy it when he gets home. Okay. I'm going to pull the sticky toffee pudding out of the oven, by the way. Put that right there while we're finishing this off. So I've already seasoned it with salt and pepper. And now the arugula pesto. You can just sort of daub it right in the center and then mix it around when you are eating. Stop. Okay, there we go. Our wild mushroom, zucchini, and braised Beverly Creek lamb, shallot gnocchi with the arugula pesto. And then dessert, let's get down with it. I want some new tongs. Sticky toffee. Drizzle. Well, the creme anglaise is actually going to go beside, so let me do that first and then it can be on top. And the sticky toffee, or the salted toffee sauce. Drizzle that right on top. Beautiful. Okay, that tastes pretty good, and it looks even better. Voila! Hope you enjoy your beautiful meal. Thanks for ordering this week. Thanks for letting us be a part of a special celebration at home. And Thanksgiving, look ahead. We've got a Thanksgiving menu that'll be posted by the time you're watching this video, and I really hope we get to be a part of your special Thanksgiving plans.